Welcome back to another video. In this video, we will talk about the truth behind fasting and hunger. If you're interested, definitely stick around. All right, everyone, welcome. So fasting and hunger, right? So most people think that when you're fasting, you're putting yourself in hunger, but in reality, that's like a misnomer. So we want to sort of break that down, the myth, the truth, whatever you want to call it. First, let's understand what fasting is, and then let's see how it relates to hunger, okay? So fasting at the end of the day basically means you refrain from consumption, right? So you fast. And usually this relates to your metabolism where you're not putting it inside of your body. But theoretically, you can be fasting from content, from anything really, anything that does not bring you benefits. You can definitely fast from to do like a detox of some sort. Even dopamine, you can do a fasting as well. Not consuming too much, like dopamine hitting like freaking viral vectors. It's just ridiculous what we have now in society. But at the end of the day, let's just focus on our health at the moment. And that's what you're here for, so let me just give that to you. So fasting, when you do not consume foods for certain periods of time, your body will send signals to you. So there's two chemicals that really play this hormonal balance, which is your ghrelin and your leptin. So each of them, whether you're hungry, one gets released, the other gets released when you're not hungry. So it's always telling each other what's what. And so when you're fasting, it sends a signal to your brain like, hey, you won't have enough fuel. Can you give us more fuel? Usually that indicates, okay, let's go ahead and consume. It sends a signal. We have like heat-seeking missile to figure out where the food is. We consume it, and then we're good. But then at certain times, when you have too much food, then your body sends you a signal saying, hey, let's stop eating because you have too much. But the thing is, the fact that we've been eating so much ultra-processed foods for the last few decades, our body, that signal is messed up. It never feels full because all the stuff that we're putting inside is not really satisfying. It gives us the fuel, like the energy to do stuff, but at the end of the day, it's not satisfying. You don't get satiated. As a result, you're always hungry. Always hungry. That's the funny part, right? So hunger, we try to prevent that. There is global hunger, from a lot of people, which is really, really unfortunate. But in reality, a lot of us are creating this artificial hunger by eating so much ultra-processed food. So we really want to be cognizant of that as we think about this concept of fasting and hunger. Now, again, why would you want to fast? You want to fast because you want to sort of recalibrate your metabolism. Okay, I'm gonna use the word recalibrate. There was so many other words I could have thought about and used, but recalibrate is the best word, right? When you go take your car to the shop and you need like a checkup, what does the people do? Maybe your tires are out of whack, out of alignment. What does it do? They recalibrate it. And so that's what we want to do with your metabolism. So when you're fasting, you sort of pause your digestive system, you pause your GI system from saying, hey, let's continuously keep consuming, saving, storing. We don't want to do any of that. That's why you fast. And there's multiple videos that I've done that describes the different types of fasting you can do. The one I currently do right now is intermittent fasting, where I fast for 16 hours and I feed for 8 hours. And it's not like I feed every single one of those seconds for those 8 hours. I feed at certain times, usually after the gym, right before, like 2 to 3 hours before I go to sleep. And that's where I try to do my OMAD, or 1 meal a day. But again, to you, depending on where you are in your journey, you'll figure it out. But at this moment, you probably eat the American diet of 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Very big misnomer. If you're not looking like the version that you want to look like, then let's go ahead and reassess why you're even doing that. And so you might be thinking, okay, if I'm fasting, maybe I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna be hungry all the time. No, you're not actually. You're really not. The first few days you will be hungry because that's what you've been training your body for the last decade or a few decades to always consume at those certain times. But as you keep doing this consistently, whether it be 7 days or 21 days, your body's like, okay, we're used to this. And so it's gonna readjust. It's gonna start using fuel that you have internally already. If you have a little bit of body fat, we'll use that as fuel and you'll have energy and you'll feel great. If you don't have a lot of body fat, then your body's gonna literally what can I say? You're gonna want to eat at that point, but in reality, you can live for long periods of time without eating. 30 days, to be honest. So don't think that just because you're not eating for 14 or 15 or 16 hours that you're gonna go in starvation mode. You're not gonna go into starvation. You're just gonna feel a little hungry, which is great. You want your body to get stimulated to be the optimized self. And then it also goes under something called autophagy. That's the best part, right? When you're sort of in starvation, in reality, it does autophagy. It starts cleaning out your body to optimize it, to make it more efficient, so you don't need that much fuel. Okay, so that's my spiel, and what I want to do now is go to the AI and let's see what the AI has to say. And it seems like the AI is pretty slow today, so we're gonna go ahead and I want to regenerate that response. Okay, so in this video you're not gonna be getting that because it's too damn slow. For whatever reason, OpenAI is very, very slow today. Okay, no, why not? It's actually here, so let's go ahead and take a look. All right. Fasting and hunger are complex physiological processes that are influenced by many factors, including biology, psychology, and social factors. From a biological perspective, fasting is the absence of caloric intake for a period of time, basically not eating. It triggers a series of metabolic changes in the body, including decreased insulin levels, increased production of hormones like norepinephrine and growth hormone. Yup, it makes you really want to, go get that food, bro. That's what it's trying to make you do. An increased breakdown of stored fats for energy. The body is designed to adapt to periods of food scarcity and can handle short-term fasting without adverse effects. However, prolonged fasting can lead to malnutrition and other health problems. 100%. Starvation, that's what we're talking about. We never get to that point. In this society, no, we won't get to that point unless you live in the wilderness and stuff. Hunger, on the other hand, is the feeling of discomfort or an urge to eat that is caused by a decrease in the level of nutrients in the bloodstream and an increase in hormones such as ghrelin. It is regulated by ghrelin. That's what we're talking about, right? Remember we talked about the two hormones that play if you're full or you're hungry. Ghrelin, it seems like it's going to be when you're hungry. It is regulated by a complex interplay of hormones, signals from the digestive system, and other factors. Both fasting and hunger can have both physical and psychological effects. While fasting can help regulate metabolism and improve insulin sensitivity, it can also lead to feelings of irritability, weakness, and decreased concentration. Of course, you're distracted as hell. Your body's like, okay, yo, give me food. So it's like you're always distracted. Hunger can also have psychological effects such as stress, anxiety, and depression. For sure. In conclusion, the truth behind fasting and hunger is that they are complex physiological and psychological processes that are influenced by many factors. It is important to approach fasting and hunger in a responsible and informed manner, taking into consideration individual needs, health status, and doctor's recommendations. A lot was said there, all good, you don't really need to focus on it, but the key thing is physiological and psychological. So when you're fasting, you're having a physiological change. You will have a short-term psychological change, meaning you're not used to this, but as you get used to it, it becomes a normal part of your daily life, and you'll have that proper nutritious version of your physiological process as well. Hunger, we're not going to get to that point, but we do need to trigger that hunger so that way your body can actually start waking up and be like, you know what, it's not going to be, we're no longer going to be on an easy street. We're going to actually have to work to maintain our physical prime fitness. With that being said, guys, hopefully you found value in this video. I really wanted to make sure that you understand what the difference between fasting is and hunger is, how it relates to your body, and you can incorporate that information to make sure you lose that weight or you use that fuel more efficiently. And with that being said, if you found any value, definitely hit that like button. If you did not, go ahead and hit that dislike button, letting me know what you disliked. And at the same time, if you want to see more of me, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified by YouTube when they send you notifications. I actually love this feature because it just takes me straight into a video compared to me looking for it. But yeah, other than that, hopefully everyone is doing well. Take care. I will see you on the next one. Bye.